I'm not saying that, somebody,
Don't
but
say it
maybe,
on the stream. Don't say it on
yeah,
stream.
I love Dom's video though. She was like, "America's not my bestie." Like,
Who you're talking about? We know so many Dom.
Kayla DeSoto, Dom.
She didn't pop up on my FY, so I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
okay, never mind then. She just, with everything was like, she was like, "Guys, America's not my bestie." Just like,
Can we talk about a show we all know and have mutuals on?
We have mutuals on a show?
Yes, that found out that Aaron Pierre was almost in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Really? What show?
That's Mufasa?
No, Aaron Pierre.
Yeah, that's Mufasa.
I guess it would have made sense to him on Landers after that.
Was literally almost going to be Adam Warlock. James Gunn
really
brought it up the other day on the DC podcast.
What? That's crazy! Oh my god, who edits that videos? Those are wild.
Yeah, they are. Thank God Coy can edit very well. So, if only Coy could edit as well as he grows that mustache. So
does he have a mustache?
He's got
looking at
you
his
see
face.
Him. You literally saw him the other day. What do you mean?
Coy's starting to look like the goat from Wicked right now. So
Mr. Dillamond?
Yes. That was a crazy. Could you imagine the internet if Aaron Pierre
that's Mufasa
was Adam Warlock?
Well, what's funny? At the time that Adam Warlock, I guess never mind. I was gonna say at the time that Adam Warlock was revealed, I don't think he was as big of a name, so I don't know.
No, at the end of the day, that's a lot of it. You do need to if it's two people and their acting is about the same, they will weigh it on whose press is going to do better, whose notoriety, whose virality is going to push that character further.
And it's crazy because I don't know if Aaron Pierre gets the same. I don't know if he gets the Aaron Pierre that's Mufasa love that he gets if it wasn't for Rebel Ridge kind of being like a word of mouth Netflix thing that people loved him in, and then him being Mufasa. Because Rebel Ridge,
I only really knew him. I know Rebel Ridge happened. I don't think I really knew who he was until he was cast as Green Lantern. I think that's I didn't know who this man was, but when I saw him and he has those naturally green eyes, I was like, duh. Who the fuck else?
And I will go ahead and say, everybody, some people might be mad at me. Some people in Black community might be mad at me.
Maybe don't say it. Maybe don't say it.
I'm going to say it. I feel like it's unfair to always throw the colorism argument with him with Green Lantern. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh no, of course I saw that. I didn't really. I do kind of agree.
I kind of agree, but I don't feel like it's all let's give him a chance. I personally am just kind of let's give him a chance. Why are we disregarding his blackness already? Off the rip.
As a questionable niglet myself, I do understand what that means to have an entire audience be like, you don't belong.
Adam is so uncomfortable after you said that. Sorry, continue. Adam got so he said, all right, I'm gonna let y'all have. Oh, goodness gracious.
Actually, it was funny. It's like Lion King. It's like Mufasa.
Sorry, questionable. Go ahead.
Yeah, I get it. Because there was a good time because I've been acting for a few years now, and there was a good time when I think in the early 2000s when people were looking for me, the Zendayism and all, the
Halle Berry being
Black.
Storm.
Right, the Halle Berry being Storm, where we're what's wanted. But nowadays, you only want what actually is. And so me trying to create an acting career nowadays, it's I can't. You don't know what I am, and so no one wants to put me anywhere because Black families need to look like Black families, and white families need to look like white families. And if you're a part of a Spanish family, goddamn it, if you don't speak Spanish, I get it. So to have Aaron Pierre slip in there and not follow the new trend of Black gotta be Black, I get it, but at the same time, let the man cook.
Like you said, you saw the green eyes though, and then it's he just proved his action stardom in Rebel Ridge. Yes. So again, I think people have to realize that it's not. sometimes the conversation is around, like what you said, the name, right? He's getting the buzz off of Jennifer Hudson's show, Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. He's getting the hit off Rebel Ridge. Everyone loved and thought he was the most beautiful, most handsome guy ever. Then he got cast Green Lantern, and it's like, why they got to make Green Lantern a pretty boy light skin? I'm like, all right, bro, like, can we win?
They're just not happy. They're just not happy.
We'll never be happy. Let's get off this subject.
Happy, yeah, speaking of not happy, Adam, you clearly there are subjects that you want to speak about. So
he didn't want to jump in on the Niglet thing. It's just
this is not a conversation. Like, I'm comfortable having conversations like this and stuff like that. It's fine, but this was not my conversation to have. So I was allowing the floor for you two, so that way.
Excuse me, you have to have. I mean, you don't have to be the loudest in the room, but you should be part of the conversation.
I listened.
He listened when we said Niglet, and he was like.
Yeah. I didn't like mute and walk away. I was part of the conversation.
But no, on that though, me and Adam do need to ask some questions about the biggest subject in America right now.
The bombing of Iran?
Okay, I wasn't sure if we were. Well, see, there is that, but then there's also bombshells, and that's also part of the problem. Is we don't know whether we're talking about bombshells, or I don't,
So yesterday was very confusing because it was like. There was 3 huge things happening all at once.
I couldn't remember the third.
People would walk up to you and be like, who do you got? And you'd be like, well, obviously, I think Austin and Amaya are going home. And they're like, what are you talking about?
That's me.
It's the NBA Finals tonight. Who do you have? And it's like, oh, no. I'm watching tonight because there might be a bombshell. What do you mean a bombshell? They're doing bombs, and there was a thunderstorm all day in Jersey, which had all of us like, oh, it's just a storm. And then, but
clearly, LA cares about thunderstorms.
No, these thunderstorms yesterday were like crazy, like a minute-long thunder. Like it sounded like
yesterday was
Mother Nature. Even Mother Nature was like, "What is this shit?
What's going on in the world?"
Like, hit Outcast B.O.B. It was like B.O.N.J. It was like bombs over New Jersey. Like it just was crazy. What was going on?
The acronym was hard for me to follow. That was a rough one. My brain went.
B.O.N.J. sounded almost like a. Never mind. It almost sounded sexual.
Right now, I know Jasmine doesn't watch it, which is criminally crazy to me because
it's a lot to keep up with.
Drama thing.
I don't care. I don't like drama.
That's a lie. I wanted to, before we get talking about it, Jordan, what I wanted to ask Jordan or Jasmine was, have you seen the watch parties though in LA? They're everywhere. There are more watch parties for Love
You know what pissed me off and got me off the internet yesterday? There was like a Labubu fucking
oh god.
Like a meetup. Huh?
I have Labubu.
Show me your fucking Labubu right now. I'll turn off this stream. Is this asshole about to pull up a fucking Labubu?
So there was a Labubu meetup?
It was like a Labubu like meetup, like experience thing where you got. Oh my god, is it wearing fucking overalls?
Yeah, it's got a little disgusted and everything.
I don't understand.
This is a sign of a recession if I've ever seen one.
Recession indicator.
Fuck. Well, I mean the same thing with the Furbies, Tamagotchis. It's
Beanie
just
Babies.
Beanie Babies, Pokemon cards, all of
everything
this shit.
old is new again.
Yes.
Yay.
So Labubu meetup in LA.
It was like, yeah, I think like the Labubus brought a bunch of influencers out to hype up Labubus, and I was like, well, like what?
So many of them don't actually care about it.
So to get completely off topic, but this is my same argument of like, people are like, oh my God, we have to go to this new coffee shop. They have cats all in it. Same thing as a Labubu meetup.
Okay, first of all, cat cafes are good because all of those cats are being, they're like to get their adoption. It's an adoption place. You go there not for the coffee, but for the opportunity to adopt a cat.
How many people end up taking them cats back? Probably a lot of influencers.
Usually within that week, they're gone. Like it's a new cycle of kitties.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, Love Island is crazy. Jasmine, last night there was a huge
party. They're doing watch parties in bars, Jasmine.
Yeah, like what you would normally see sporting events for, they're doing it for Love Island all over the US right now. Somebody did. Have you seen the trend, Jasmine, where people turn and like say the real thing and then like, oh my God, who said that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Somebody was like, literally, do you really like Love Island or is it you just miss Jersey Shore? Oh my God, who said that? Who said that? And I was like, that's accurate. Is
it trashy?
Yes.
Yes. This season, everyone's like, there's no one looking for love. Everybody is perpetual chuck.
I saw something about that of like, it was like an article that was written because I care about the news, and somehow this one snuck in. But it said something along the lines of like Love Island doesn't work this season because all of the girls are working together, or like it's like
they said it's everyone's being too sisterhood. It's like, oh, I don't want to explore. I don't want to explore a connection with this guy who I find attractive because like he's coupled up with homegirl, and they're all, and it's just kind of like there was one girl who's like, I'm cool with exploring connections, but then it's like when people do it, it's like some girls are feeling slighted, but then it's like we're watching you kiss another dude, so you're mad when your boy explores another connection, but then you're fine with you. What is? Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Some people aren't out for themselves enough.
God forbid. God forbid they all, care about their own self-worth. And
well, it's one of those things, like, I think that there's a way to be friends. There's a way to be friends, but then understand, like, what show you're on, I guess.
No, so fuck that. This is 2025. If if a man isn't enough for me, like, if we're not enough, then fuck the show. Because the show dynamic doesn't work anymore. Well, if a woman, no, you asked for my fucking opinion, I'm giving it to you.
I didn't ask anything. I didn't ask the question yet. I was just being given things. I went to the buffet to look at things, and you're putting ham on my plate, and I didn't ask for it. I don't know what's going on right now.
Well, what's up, Casanova?
Casanova. So here's the problem with it, Jasmine, is 5 singles, both sides, come in, right?
Sure.
The argument is, like, you're supposed to find love. But at the end of this, there is a cash prize of, like, $250,000 or something like that. So,
Jazz was like, wait a minute.
The problem is one of the people that are on there, before he ever went on this show, already has 1 million followers on TikTok. He already has followers on IG, already has all this stuff. And he's been on the Jennifer Hudson show. Like, he's already a person. And he's on there being just...
Can I get the man in the chair to bring up a photo, please?
Yes. I'm working on it.
He's being toxic. Because there's a guy they voted off last night. And at this point, we know 3 of the boys are working together to get into the final 3. And he didn't need to go home. But he's been hooked up with 3 girls this guy kind of likes. And the other boys just sit there just hating on the sideline as this man gets girl after girl. That's not the girl. That's not the guy.
Where's Ace?
You couldn't just
if you don't pull it up when you got it, we would have waited. We don't need to cycle through all this.
I looked up Ace, and for some reason, there he is. This guy. So not you.
So the funny thing about him,
looks like a douchebag. That looks like a man-child and a douchebag and a half, bro. She's stunning though.
Not 4'11" in pumps. Yeah, so Big Shelly.
Funny thing, right? They met each other in New York one time,
right
before this, just random, right? They talked on the internet a little bit, whatever, blah blah blah. Now they're both in the villa. He was like, oh cool, and he's exploring things with her, and he's like, I really like you, really like you, really like you. This new girl comes in, and he picks to couple up with her instead of her. We all thought she'd have been with Shelly, which is that girl right there,
because they're black.
Now he finally...
No, he was all up on her for real.
Now he finally picks Shelly, but he likes another girl. But now, literally tonight, they're going to Casa More. It's where they split the 5 and 5.
I can literally feel my brain cells flying out. I don't give a fuck about any of this. Why do we care?
Because this is just the biggest... We need something... You know what's also funny? One, we need something fun to care about.
We got Superman coming up. We got Fantastic Four coming up.
But how this all ties back to the state of America, these people don't even know that we struck Iran. They are currently going through this right now because they're in Fiji. It's really close to live. So they're 16 hours ahead of us. And so they are experiencing this right now. They don't even know about what's going on. So if America gets hit, they'll survive. They'll be the final survivors for us.
So Jasmine, the way the war...
People, if we oh my god, that's a whole movie right there. I would watch that movie.
It's 28 years later, basically. But apparently spoilers, Power Ranger at the end. So that's how everyone's talking about the ending of 28 years later.
It's morphin' time.
Yeah, kind of how it is. What was I gonna say? No, so the way it works is they do have phones, they take photos and they get texts and stuff like that, but the company has screwed up the days, screwed up the times, dates, all that stuff. So they have never have any idea what they're doing. They filmed 6 out of the 7 days. The 7th day, they're allowed to go out wherever they are, whatever like country they're in, for a little bit, like beach and things like. But they separate the guys and girls, and they cannot talk about anything going on in the villa. Like they just have to have normal conversation or like do just normal stuff. They cannot talk about the show, and they have chaperones that monitor their conversation.
Never cared about something less.
It's all good. I just had
How I
to
feel about whatever fire ring.
Hey,
Well,
first of all,
whatever
don't be
thing.
talking about our book talk like that. Last thing I'm gonna just say is Jeremiah and Hannah got done dirty. I'm a Jeremiah defender till I die. Okay, maybe not that. Maybe not that serious.
First off, the smash curse is happening. Both
When
of
people
them
smash
smashed
on there, they
the
get
app.
voted off, which is what happened
They
to both of those
smashed.
people.
They have smashed people on the island, and both of them are out. And then now there's
So
only
just
one other
don't
couple.
get caught smashing.
It's kind of hard when they're
It's on camera.
filming
Homegirl
24/7. Yeah, they call homegirl hit a to help. She helped someone put it in. She hit a spit take on her hand. Anyways, so talking about things we care about. I almost said Eliza. Jasmine.
Yeah, let's not talk about your daughter after some shit like that. After just wild,
bro. She was trying to. I tried to put Spidey on for her, and then I watched that on the iPad. She was like, "What you watching?" I'm like, "Bro, back up."
You go watch it. You go watch your little Spidey Gwen over there, baby girl. You just.
Oh,
baby girl.
Sorry, she doesn't know, but we got her 2 little cute Miles and Gwen Funko Pops for her birthday.
When is her birthday?
August 25th.
Girl, you got time.
I know, but they were like exclusives. They were these exclusives that just came out. Anyways, I just wanted to say that. I love my baby.
I know you do, babe. I know. Anyway, what else we got in the popular news?
Well, so apparently there's a way you can figure out what is being shown at AMC right now without knowing what's being shown at AMC right now. So the AMC has this new thing called, what was it? Unseen is the thing. So they'll show movies. They won't tell you what it is.
A bunch of people here that do that, and they'll see movies.
Correct. So today there is one happening, and it's 2 hours and 14 minutes long. Do you know what happens to be also 2 hours and 14 minutes long? Jurassic World.
Oh, I watched that.
I know you
when
did.
does Jurassic World come out for you guys?
Literally this week, whatever the first is.
Yeah. If you have the opportunity, I'd say go. It's good. It's cute.
The second it comes out, I have tickets, so that's why I was asking. So it's the second,
okay.
and then we get. This is when we get into everything. This is the craziness of craziness.
It starts. Here we go. I'm ready.
AMC Screen Unseen. That's interesting.
Yeah. So people are starting to catch on to like same runtimes and stuff like that. But there is a company called Gofobo, Gofobo. Yeah,
Gofobo.
And they'll do screeners sometimes. Like I got to see Mission Impossible, not Final Reckoning, Dead Reckoning, like almost a year before it came out, but it was not finished type thing. Like you got like.
Did you? But you watched it. You watched it after it came out, right? Did you feel a difference?
Yeah. So like the car scene in there when they're going through Rome and stuff like that, right? When he's handcuffed to Haley Atwell.
Yeah.
There's actually the back window is taken out of that car. It's got a cage in it, and there's a stunt driver in the back of it, and he's the one driving the car as Tom looks like he's driving. It's cool. Like you can see, like cool. It's the Wizard of Oz effect, right? It's the man behind the curtain we get to see. I also saw like Transformers Beast War, basically is what I love calling it. I saw that unfinished, which was very rough.
Transformers Beast War.
It was that one that came out with they had the animal robots.
Yeah.
Oh, Transformers 1?
No. It's the one before that. There was a live action.
The Haley Steinfeld one?
I think so.
No, that's Bumblebee. The one in
There's
between.
Too many. There's too many. There's too many.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, not anymore. We're not getting a sequel for Transformers 1, which is apparently absolutely ravished everybody. They're just like crying about it.
It was an Oscar nominated film.
I agree. Speaking of Oscars,
what about the
Spider-Man announcement?
Oh, true.
John Bernthal.
Oh, I was like,
John Bernthal.
Why is the Oscars in that conversation?
Hello?
I'm so confused.
John Bernthal is going to return as Punisher in Spider-Man 4. Question is, Jasmine.
Yes.
Do we think this is post the Punisher show or pre-Punisher show?
Well, didn't Spider-Man get pushed back?
To December. It's still same year.
Spider-Man didn't get pushed back. Spider-Man still Spider-Man's coming out. No, Spider-Man's still July. Secret Doomsday got pushed back.
Doomsday
So
and Secret Wars.
this will happen before Doomsday now, which was not the case before.
Yeah, that's exciting. So this is almost a year from now. A little more than a year from now. We'll see Punisher.
And the Hulk is in it. What are we doing?
So here's
everything. We're setting up everything we need to at this point.
Well, hands up. I
can Kingpin Mayor too. Sorry.
I can explain this. Hands up. I can explain
Go for
this.
it.
Thanks, Jasmine. So here's why they have to do Punisher. They can't do Hulk and they can't do Spider-Man together, and that be it. Because Marvel owns neither of them. So
both of them are people who have to be in a movie
correct.
with.
Hulk cannot be a main character, has to have a side character from Marvel, and Spider-Man has to have a Marvel main character in, like a main person in there to go along with them. That's why Tony was in there so long, and then we had Doctor Strange in there. We need somebody. So Punisher being in there makes sense also because they're doing more low-level crime. It's more street-level crime. So John being in there, I think, is great. Now, I saw someone bring up, this is where we could get the symbiote suit because of the anger that Punisher
hope not, because the symbiote suit shouldn't until we're off-world. He gets that on Battle World.
Secret Wars. He literally gets it. Secret Wars.
Yeah. So I hope we don't get it right now, but also I would love for it to be us seeing some Venom like us. I just want all the worlds to finally combine, you know?
Yeah, for sure. For people watching the visual, apparently also this is cool because Tom Holland and John Bernthal helped each other with their audition tapes for these characters. So it's really cool that we're going to see them on screen. I love the memes. Everyone's already been like, this is going to be Tom after Punisher pulls out the Glock. Shit, brother. Frank, please no.
Sorry, reflex. Sorry, guy. Yeah. I'm very excited for that. I kind of wish we would have gotten Kraven and Spider-Man before Punisher Spider-Man, but I feel like the Punisher is going to fill that hole. I understand. Not the Kraven we got. I want a real Kraven, not that fuck-ass Kraven movie we had. No offense, my guy.
I watched that the other day. It is miserable.
I haven't watched that or Madam Web.
Speaking of things coming together and not making sense.
Well, yes, thank you. Please transition to that because Jasmine, I had it up.
Did you know you could watch Max on Hulu?
What? Her face, yes.
Yeah, so they're running ads for Minecraft, which is a Warner Bros. Project, which will be on Max, but it's Max on Hulu. Was totally unaware of this. Apparently,
I'm so tired.
Apparently they did a deal. It got announced last year that you can get it, and you can get Max shows, sports, and something else. But then you still have normal Hulu stuff. So now you can get Max.
Why are we doing this?
Who is Hulu anymore? Does she even know who she is?
Well, Hulu is just integrated into everything else because you don't even have to have Hulu. You have a Hulu tab on Disney Plus.
So
I knew I had Hulu and Disney like together because that's how I have Disney is through Hulu. I think, or maybe I have Hulu Disney through Hulu.
I just realized you hung that Labubu on the mic.
Yeah, this motherfucker. Go ahead, Adam. You got some words.
I'm answering your question. So Disney bought partial rights to Hulu. That's why you get Disney Plus and Hulu. But as of earlier this year, Disney bought the rest of Hulu from Comcast. So Hulu is completely owned by Disney now. So that's why you're going to get the integration for Disney Plus and all the stuff and everything on there. That's why they're going back and forth. But the Max thing is interesting to me because you can get Max on Prime, you can get Max on Hulu, you can get Max on other stuff.
They hoeing Max out.
You can get Max on Max.
They pimping HBO Max out.
I think this is interesting because, Jasmine, I think this is the Warner Brothers split stuff where they're selling things on one side, making stuff on the other, and never putting it out, getting the tax break. And they're just trying to, wash money at this point because they're just a syndicate.
Cleaning it. First of all, too, it's called Max on Hulu, but then they just announced that it's going back to HBO Max. What are we doing?
I thought it's staying at Max.
No,
they said they're going back to HBO Max. But now we got Max on Hulu, Max on Prime.
So y'all pimping HBO Max on Hulu, HBO Max on Prime.
Y'all stop pimping HBO Max out.
It'll be HBO Max.
Y'all got HBO on the streets.
Hulu, Disney Plus. Also, Hulu has live sports.
We've lost the plot. We're right back to cable.
We've lost the plot.
Because what do you mean I could just buy Hulu Live and have HBO Max? That's the other thing. I have HBO Max because I'm an AT&T customer. I got Apple TV for free for no reason. I have no clue what it's through. And then I'm sick. I'm tired. But as he said, mergers that don't make sense. Because what do you mean Disney property and Warner Bros. Property were competitors, but also you can watch Warner Bros. On. And then, is this going to be where stuff like all those Cartoon Networks properties that they got rid of on HBO Max, will they be on here now?
That's so funny you brought up both of those companies. Both of them are live right now.
Disney and
Apple and Warner Brothers.
Apple and Warner Brothers.
Oh, probably.
Oh, what? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say Sinners is streaming on July 4th.
Nope,
they announced on Juneteenth that'll be happening. So freedom both ways.
There's a carpet happening currently right now overseas.
Yes, and the Ironheart premieres tonight. And that's the Black News.
WWE.
Actually, funny. That's kind of my whole night, Jordan. So I'm watching Formula One tonight at 7:00.
Let me know your thoughts.
I can't wait. But the problem is Love Island starts live at 9. So I'm gonna miss it. So I gotta get home and watch it. So that'll be at 11. But the problem is I've got Monday Night Raw tonight, which has really good matches tonight. So it's just
your life is so hard, Cupcake.
So I don't know if I want to jump in the whole article because I don't know what their stance is actually. I don't know if they're like supporting Ironheart or if they're just saying they're talking about the marketing, which we've also talked about. Comic book just dropped 2 hours ago. The MCU failed Ironheart before the show even premiered, but that could change. And it is talking about like the build up. Yeah. So, and I know we've basically been saying that as well.
Everyone feels this. Everyone knows this. 100%. The fact that they split it into two. The fact that there's been no press. The fact that they're hiding the premiere. The premiere is tonight, and it's a fan event. Like it's not even a real premiere. It's a fan event. The carpet is 1 hour long, and what I mean by that is the carpet starts at 5. We got to be in there in our seats by 6, and that's for an entire theater worth of people. So they're just shuffling us in. Like everything about this is a disappointment.
Sounds very similar to the press they did for Elio, which is none. But
my God, bro. Elio is the biggest Pixar flop. That it made $13 million, and it was supposed to make $300 million in order to break even.
Yep. But here's my problem with this, right? They failed Elio originally because they started pushing this movie.
Hold on 1 second. If you don't, man in the chair, if you don't wait until you have it, I don't need to see.
I already had Ironheart up, and y'all said Elio, so I just pulled it.
So you dropped the screen down.
My bad. Continue what you're saying, Adam. It's already been done.
I don't like when mom and dad fight. Can we? Elio started getting pushed 2 years ago because it was supposed to come out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So like,
and then they just forgot
McDonald's
about
already had their stuff for it and all that stuff and everything. And same thing kind of with Ironheart. If you remember, Ironheart was pretty much shot and done. Then they had to go back and redo it. Correct.
Y'all saw that trailer at D23, and we didn't get a trailer till less than a month before the show was supposed to drop.
Yep.
Like
that's crazy.
100%. We saw that at D23. We saw that at CinemaCon. They were getting that hype for the theaters, but not for the actual consumers.
But my cheeks and my stomach and my mouth are full of nothing but Fantastic Four, Marvel trailers on stop with everything. But you can't push other stuff. Like,
and this is sad because like this is a new thing, new IP, original work, and we're seeing it unfortunately fail. And like, I'm sorry, you can't keep putting this on the like, well, if you want to see, we need to talk about it. We are talking about it, but also like they are not marketing. This is a children's movie, just like Lilo and Stitch.
The problem is this will make a lot of its money back in streaming, which doesn't help movie theaters. This movie is going to do gangbusters in the streaming world.
Red.
Turning Red.
Yep, Turning Red.
Yeah, exactly. They'll make all their money back because people don't want to take their kids to the theaters anymore. It's a hassle. So they'd rather just put it on screens at home, which does not help the theater industry. And so that might not be why, at least for this particular film, that might be why.
I mean, it started with that whole clump of them, right? With the pandemic Pixar stuff with like Turning Red, Soul, Luca. Like it just, those three are great movies. Soul's fantastic.
I love Soul.
No conversation, no love. And I just feel like this is the child Disney has, and they're just like, that's cool. And it's like, macaroni art, and it's really ugly, they think. But
Speaking
now,
of children, is someone's baby screaming in the background?
yes.
You totally heard my daughter screaming. Yeah.
Is your nephew still here? You got family still, Adam?
No, that was mine. That was
all
mine.
yours? She got some lungs.
Yeah, she's loud, y'all.
Yeah, no, everyone's gone. Yeah,
he's like, thank goodness.
Oh.
God forbid I have family over to celebrate me.
The problem was there wasn't a whole lot of celebrating him. It was a lot of Adam, do this, Adam, do that, Adam, pick this up for us. Adam, why don't you know where the gates to heaven are?
But yeah, so
Jasmine's like, what?
I very much hate what Disney's doing with Pixar.
I think we hear this every time too. It's just like
found out
Lilo and Stitch did like $1 billion.
This is the villain in Toy Story 5.
And Toy Story 5.
Technology has picked up.
You know what's funny about that being the villain of Toy Story 5? Toy Story is the villain of Disney's 2D animation taking a back seat that it did.
Maybe you know more about this than I do. I don't know if this is like legit, but I read somewhere that Disney's bringing back 2D animation.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah. They even started bringing back old animators to teach the new animators their skills. Like they're bringing it back.
Animators just AI?
No. Wild.
That's another discussion.
No. That's a whole nother discussion. But while we're on the topic of bullshit, let's talk about the James Gunn article that dropped the day that we dropped this. So literally 7 days ago, but now we're here. We get to talk about it. Do you guys know about this Rolling Stones James Gunn article?
Ooh, I don't think so.
Really? That's wild. It dropped 7 days ago. I'm sure you've heard people talking about it, but Superman director James Gunn, you don't want everyone to root for you. Essentially, James Gunn went into a conversation about Superman.
I like this. Continue.
So he went into a conversation. It was a deep dive on the Man of Steel, the future of the DCU, and how getting fired helped make him feel. However, there was a specific point in the article where he's talking about Superman's vulnerability, and I would love your guys' take on it. Let me get to, and it's really kind of a conversation about the Snyderverse and how they feel about Superman.
I think I saw quotes about this. I didn't know it was from Rolling Stones.
It's the quote. Let me get to it. It's like towards the bottom. I do apologize.
You're good. I'm kind of pulling it. Wrapping principle, photography. Jesus Christ.
It's like at the bottom.
God dang, this was a longer article.
Oh, it was a huge. We talk about Rob Pat's Batman, and I'm sure that's where he's like, leave him alone, like he's working on it. Talking about Matt Reeves. Wonder Woman, blah blah blah. Do you remember how thoughts? Jesus Christ.
How do you want to be remembered?
Yeah, so is it really, is there a non-zero chance that Matt Reeves Batman will get sucked into your universe? He says, I would never say zero because you never know.
We talked about this last week.
We did. Did we talk about his conversations on
Superman himself?
We didn't, yeah.
I don't think so.
I think we touched on it, but like it was...
Here we go. A tap dancing for the audience kind of thing.
Remember, Jazz?
Do you have it up on the screen?
Yeah, tap dancing for the audience kind of thing.
It's not this.
He says something about vulnerability.
No, this is him. This is him talking about himself.
This is me.
Yeah, that's him talking about himself.
Oh, what are some of the other things you felt needed to explain to make the Superman work? These are things I don't explain that I don't even want to say out loud. But I wanted Superman to be vulnerable.
He wanted it. Yeah. So this is the conversation. So there are things that I don't know. I don't explain. I don't even want to say out loud. But I wanted Superman to be vulnerable. I see the things online. Who would beat whom? Homelander or Superman or fucking whatever. Adam Warlock or Brightburn. And I'm like, this is the stupidest fucking conversation. So like, then whoever would win this fight means that they're the best? Because I'll just go out and write God-Man, who can destroy you with a wink, and I win. I win all the fights forever. But I didn't want a Superman who could punch planets. And also we're creating a whole universe now, so what's a girl with wings gonna do in the face of that? And then scrolling down a little bit, honestly, in talking to people, a lot of people are like, I like Batman better because he can actually be beat. And I get that. So we have a Superman that can be beat. So I read this and I'm like, he's really giving an FU to the Snyderverse, who really like that Henry Cavill style of Superman where he just can't, he is a god. And while that might have been important for the time, I agree. I mean, this goes back to the conversation of why Superman wears the trunks, why he's wearing bright colors, and why David Cornsweet was very serious in making his Superman someone that kids would not fear. If we had Henry Cavill and had David Cornsweet Superman next to each other, 9 times out of 10, probably 100% of the time, the kids are going to run to David Cornsweet because it's brighter, it's softer, and it's a Superman that really feels like he's from Kansas and has those younger ideals. But how do you guys feel hearing that conversation and having James Gunn say to the world, I wanted a Superman who could be beat?
Go for it, Adam.
Words are words, show me.
I mean, he did in the very first trailer.
That's fine.
That's the very first thing we saw.
I would argue that that's what he's been doing.
Hear me out. Ready? I go to McDonald's and I look at the board and it looks like it's going to be delicious, right? Is it? No, it's not the picture I see.
He's been showing you though. I would argue against you.
I'll tell you right now, the very first screening of Superman starts on Wednesday. This is a private screening
in Brazil, right?
No. I'm talking like for the U.S. screenings. They start on Wednesday.
What's going on in Brazil?
These are premieres. Those are premieres.
Well,
so the premieres have started. The premiere started in the Philippines. I always say this wrong. In
Malaysia?
No. That's Malaysia. The capital of the Philippines.
Philippines. She said Manila.
Talking about, but I can't.
Manila.
Damn it.
Malala.
Manila.
Yeah, it's like your music. Very Manila. Yes. No, I'm not hating. I'm really not. I hate when people think I'm hating. I'm not hating. My thing is,
you're skeptical.
Correct. It's DC. It's continuously, we got it. No, you don't. So
we'll find out on Wednesday. I'll find out on Wednesday.
You'll find out.
No, I don't get to go. They were so specific. So the only people that are watching
to hear about it.
I'll get, because like, the boys, boy is going, but this specific screening is for James Gunn, and it's for a few of the DC. It's for a few of the DC, like DC Studio Showcase, like all those heads of people, and those people specifically, it's because they have to do like reviews and they have to talk about it on the show. So those people are watching it now. But they specifically were like, you cannot invite anyone from the industry. No one else gets to know. Like, you can invite a +1, but they better not. It better be your mama, and that's it. Someone that will not spread anything. Like, ask your gardener to join you, and that's about it. So those people are going to watch it first, so that they can talk about it beforehand, do the reactions, do the reviews, that are specific to DC Studios. Everyone else is going to obviously watch it. I think ours is on the 7th, and then it's the New York premiere. But we should be getting screenings for us, like press screenings, starting next week.
Yeah, because Jurassic Park comes out next week, and then Superman. Then
all the influencer events will start up again, and then it's just summer, baby.
My thoughts on what James Gunn's saying though, like. For me, it takes it back to people forget Superman the animated series. Like, he was getting beat up by robots that were just built.
Go back even further into the comics. The article that Lois Lane gets her Pulitzer Prize for was Why the World Doesn't Need Superman, and in that he dies. Like, it's like he literally, Why the World Doesn't Need Superman, Superman dies, and then comes back, and Lois wins another Pulitzer for Why the World Does Need Superman. Like, all of this is canon. Like, he dies.
He's not supposed to be, because most of people's Superman is boring is because, like, why would I want someone who can only be beat by a green rock? Because that's not how it's really supposed to be.
Created later on. It wasn't that.
It wasn't.
He
used to just
later
get
on
beat
so
up.
he could have more vulnerability. Like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah. Kryptonite was not this end all be all solution to beating Superman. Now Lex Luthor would use it to his advantage, or Brainiac as well. But yeah, Kryptonite wasn't even a thing at first. And so that's the thing. He was never supposed to be this invincible god that could only be beat by a green rock. That was never supposed to happen.
No.
And it's a misuse of him.
And to say that he's not vulnerable is crazy, because that's why. I mean, if he wasn't vulnerable, he would never
lose any fight.
He would never lose any fights. And there's this internal struggle, and I'm sure that this has been talked about a lot, and we've seen it in a lot of Superman films, when he goes up out into the outer space, but like is right, like where you can see the entire Earth, and he just listens. And he has that internal struggle of
who do I go save?
Yeah, who do I save first?
Where do I
There's
go?
so much, like, that in and of itself is that picking, that choosing is something that eats away at him. That's what separates him from Homelander, and honestly what separates him from the Snyderverse. What's going on, Adam? Where are you right now?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Oh, you're just
He's researching.
He's looking at his screen. He was doing
Yeah.
really intent eyeballs, and I was like, "Are you okay? Like,
Here,
blink twice if you're okay."
Here, I'm looking at things.
He's just like, you know what I'm saying? But no, I'm excited for this Superman because, again, like, he is supposed to be strong. He is supposed to be this beacon of hope. He is supposed to figure out a way to win. But yeah, he's supposed to go up to the sun to heal and get strength because he needs
it. He uses magnifying glasses over in the fortress.
Fortress.
Yeah.
I think Adam also pointed out the robots are practical, which is cool. And the combination of practical and CGI, I feel like, is where we need to be at. It makes one of my favorite movies, 2023, was Dungeons and Dragons. I don't care what anyone says. I wasn't even that into it. And seeing how much they did with practical and CGI for those effects just makes a much better movie.
I agree.
That's why Ant-Man 3 is Garbo. That's all.
Well, is there anything else that we missed that we need to brush on?
I'm trying to think, like, because we're kind of getting into the meat and potatoes of everything. Right
into
now.
the thick of it.
Movie.
Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it.
I mean, tomorrow. Today is Ironheart tomorrow.
Oh, it comes out tomorrow. Oh, I gotta get those videos up. I'm gonna do that
24th.
right now. I'm gonna get those Ironheart videos up right now. I got two videos dropping. Who is Natalie, and another one that I can't drop till later.
Yep.
Gucci.
Yeah, so that's tomorrow. So we have that first thing. Jasmine, do you know if it's like midnight or 3 a.m. thing, or is there?
I think they're dropping it. Yeah, I think they're dropping at 3 a.m. So you'll get everything.
And they're dropping.
I gotta stay up for that
series, right?
No, you're getting the first 3 episodes. You're getting the first 3 episodes, and then later on you'll get the next 3.
What's later on? Like the next day or next month?
A week.
A week. Okay, so Tuesday.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's really about it. I was thinking like Ironheart, then you have that. We've got 28 Years Later and Elio that came out this weekend. 28 Years Later beat Elio in numbers only because it's the horror genre still is strong, but yet again, a sequel beat originality.
Yeah.
So let's see what else. And then this week is, like I said, Formula One and some.
I'm very excited to see you guys watch Formula One. I'm very hyped about that.
You know me, because I'm a giant fan. So it's like, I'm super in.
Yeah, I'm ready for your reviews on that. But until then, guys, keep it swifty.
Keep it swifty.
I don't know if you had to echo it. I don't know. Didn't feel right.
No?
Neither.
So this has been the Media Emcees. We forgot to say our name at the beginning. Whatever.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit happening.
Y'all know who we are at this point, all 3 of you. Jasmine Paige Moore, the official Megs, Jay Phrygian. We have been the Media Emcees.
Until next time, friends. Ironheart. Only talking Ironheart. You'll get my breakdowns on Ironheart episode by episode starting tomorrow. So it's gonna be great.
Bye.
Pasta, friends.
Thank you.
There you go. She remembered.